Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to another in our series of double shot interviews where we look at the big events of the day and speak to the people who are involved. And today I'm here with Gerald Karajolu, who's the Chief Executive of the Co-operative Bank. You might remember PSIS. Well, today PSIS has announced it's changing its name to the Co-operative Bank and has just got its banking license from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Gerald, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for the time.
So what has happened to PSIS?
PSIS still is a cooperative. All that has happened is instead of being simply a cooperative, now we're a cooperative bank. So we're both a cooperative and a bank. So other than that, really nothing has changed.
So what happens now for those 130,000 members who did own the mutually?
Because we are still a cooperative, nothing has changed. The status of our members don't change. Our constitution remains absolutely as it is. Every member, we have 130,000 or thereabouts, is an owner. So every customer is an owner of the place. Everyone has one share and one vote. Whether you have $1 billion or $100, you're one member, one vote, and every customer is an owner. That's the distinctive aspect of being a cooperative.
And how will the profits be distributed to those owners?
The profits typically, any excess profits go into reserves. In the language of normal companies, that's capital. What we're proposing to do going forward as a means of differentiating the cooperative bank is, after allowing for profits for prudential and capital requirement reasons, and after allowing for capital to fund any balance sheet growth, the rest will be distributed to our members in proportion to the profitable business they do with us, which is a differentiating factor. And it really mirrors the cooperative principle, mutuality. You help us, we will help you. If you do more profitable business with us, all your banking with us, then you will get a proportion of your profitable business. And the fundamental reason for registering as a bank was precisely that, to persuade and convince and encourage people to do all their banking with us by saying, we have been delivering banking services for many years, but now we're a full bank.
Does this mean you want to list on the stock exchange and become a normal company?
Absolutely not. There is no thinking associated with that when we register as a bank. The sole reason for registering as a bank really was to remove any obstacle in people's perceptions that we are not a bank, what are you? So being a bank is really a platform, 10% of the game. It is about creating a platform on which we can build a differentiated cooperative bank. So that's the intent. Otherwise, funding, capital raising, none of that will be affected by the fact that we're becoming a bank.
Does it make it any easier for one of the other banks to buy the cooperative bank?
No, because it's not easier or harder. In other words, our constitution hasn't changed. There is no way this makes it easier. As long as we're a cooperative and we have our current constitution, that doesn't change, just like membership doesn't change.
So what are your plans now for growth? How would you grow? What type of businesses? Who might be your customers?
The first point I want to make is that it's not about balance sheet growth, and that's the really cooperative story. Cooperatives over the last 5-6 years have been prudent. They've done reasonably well, relatively well, because unlike the other listed companies, as it were, they did not chase balance sheet growth. We do, however, have a challenge. About 90% of our business is mortgage business, and about 90% of our funding is retail deposits. As you know, the margin between those two businesses is shrinking. We do want to diversify our income balance sheet, and to that end, still remaining within personal banking, we want to do a bit more insurance business. We want to do a bit more non-mortgage kind of loan business, but still with people, with persons. And we want to do a bit more small business banking, but again, to actually help our members, because we have a lot of members who own hairdressers and painters and whatever else, and they say, I cannot do all my banking with you because you're not doing my business side of it. So we will complement that by doing small business banking, but the criterion will be, it will be based, if we do any lending to them, it will be backed by their home security still.
And commercial banking?
No, there is no attempt to go into commercial banking, property development, nothing like that. Stick to our knitting, run the place as a conservative institution, but as part of being conservative, diversify the income base.
Excellent. Gerald Karajolu, the Chief Executive of the Co-operative Bank, which used to be the PSIS, they now have their banking license. I'm Bernard Hickey for interest.co.nz.